I want to talk about the false narratives and beliefs around spirituality and being an artist. So, the phrase, being a starving artist, right? Low key, it's glorified. The same thing with spirituality. There's this undercurrent, and it's so deeply embedded in the subconscious of our culture and society that I don't even think a lot of people really bring it to light to recognize it as such. But we're kind of taught to look at spirituality as if spiritual people need to reject materialism and that they shouldn't be wealthy. Whether or not you're conscious of this, it's very ingrained within us on a subconscious level. And so then it creates this divide that you can either be materialistic or you can be spiritual. And it, like so many things in our culture, creates this competitive nature. You can be one or the other, but you can't be both. That doesn't make any sense. I want you to really think about this so that we can deconstruct this together. Why, why are we demonizing people who like material items? We live in the 3D realm, we live in the physical realm, we live in the material world. Living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. But really, like, think about it this way, because a lot of us also have this belief that, wealthy people are evil, and that's once again just a tactic to keep us separate from our own inherent sense of abundance and worthiness of nice things. And so, if we demonize the very people who have lavish and luxurious lifestyles, then we don't ever have to think about giving ourselves a chance to have that lifestyle either. We just immediately take it off of our options. We take it off the table for ourselves by being like, oh, well, I don't want to be like that person. Because somewhere in my brain, I think that, you know, money is evil or something like that. And when it comes to spirituality, there's very much this thought process that like you're not allowed to have nice things if you're spiritual. You have to give up your material possessions in order to quote unquote be spiritual. That doesn't make any sense. Why would people who consider themselves spiritual and are trying to do a service for humanity, why wouldn't they be entitled to the riches and lavishes and luxurious lifestyles? If anything, I mean, we all we all can access that, but like if anything, wouldn't you want the people doing good in the world to have more of that? Why should they be living in poverty and be really uncomfortable and living in scarcity for the name of being spiritual? Like, that doesn't make sense. That's actually ego to think that you can't be spiritual and wealthy, but you can be evil and wealthy. Like just think about that. It really doesn't make sense. Like, okay, so you can sell your soul and you can work for some corporation, or you can whatever, you can be causing harm to the environment and to the collective, and those people get a lot of money and they get to live nice luxurious lifestyles where they don't ever have to worry. But the people who are actually in service to the collective and to the whole and to the earth, they're not allowed to have nice things. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, and that's why it's so obvious that it's false programming. Anytime you try to flip the script or reverse the same paradigm in its opposite and it doesn't compute, that's how you know it's not real. Because anything that is real and is not an illusion will make sense both ways. So, double standards, all these things don't make sense. The notion that in order to be spiritual, you have to reject the material realm is just, I mean, it's one of the biggest tools in propaganda that they could possibly have us believe so that we stay separate from the life we truly want to live. When in reality, the truth is the most spiritual thing you can do is bring your spiritual gifts 444 on the clock down here to the 3D, to the material realm, and make money off of them. Make money off your spiritual gifts so that you can master the material world and the material realm. Because you've already mastered the spiritual realm, you already mastered the astral realms, but you're incarnated into this planet, planet Earth, the 3D physical realm, the material realm. So, in order to master spirituality, you should master the material realm as well. That's what it is to be a spiritual master. And again, if you are, using your spiritual gifts for the benefit of all beings and you're helping people and you're helping the collective and you're helping the earth, why shouldn't you be rewarded? Like, you absolutely should be. And you should be rewarded in the form of money because that's how we afford to take care of ourselves. What good is it if you have someone who says that they're super spiritual and that they want to help people, but they can't even take care of themselves? They're worried about how they're going to pay for rent. They can't afford the food that they need to buy to, nourish their bodies in healthy ways. Like, how is that helpful? And if you're like a star seed or a light worker or something, like, we're high maintenance, so we need money. I mean, everyone needs money, but like, we're high maintenance, we need money. We need a lavish and luxurious lifestyle. We need to be like having our sacred space, etc., so that we can recoup, so that we can take care of ourselves, so that we can show up in the world at our, you know, most optimal at our most optimal way of being, in our best form, so that we can be of the highest service to the collective. And that requires money and materialism in order to take care of ourselves. Like, I personally, I mean, you can't really tell right now, but like, I'm like a fashionista. I'm like kind of chilling right now, but I'm a fashionista. I like wearing nice clothes. I like getting my hair done nice. I like doing my makeup nice. I like having my jewelry. I took all of it off for today because I'm kind of chilling. It's late afternoon now, but again, like, I like decorating myself. I like doing beauty rituals. It makes me feel better about myself, and the better I feel about myself, the better I can show up in the world. I like getting massages routinely in order to take care of my body that way. I eat really well. It's necessary for me to take care of my body that way. So it's like, of course, spiritual people should be wealthy. They should honestly be the wealthiest people because they're the ones who have the most to give to the collective, but we can't give from a depleted cup. We have to give from a state of overflow. And in order to have that overflow, we have to be taking care of ourselves first. And again, requires money to take care of yourself. So I just think that we really need to collectively deconstruct the idea that, like, in order to be spiritual, you have to be this, like, I don't fucking know, like, dirty hippie in the woods, like letting your armpit hair grow out and like being being unkept and disheveled and like not liking nice things and rejecting luxury and rejecting materialism so that you can quote unquote be down to earth. Or it's like, what? Like, how is not taking care of yourself helping anyone? It's not. And also, again, like, thinking that that's what spirituality is, that's from ego. If we're all trying to manifest abundance, why would we be rejecting luxury? Why would we be rejecting wealth? That doesn't make any sense. And again, why would it be that only people who are part of big corporations funding wars, funding oil spills, why should they be getting all the money? Why should they be able to sit back and be at ease and living in luxury, but the people here to change and benefit the collective for the better shouldn't get paid accordingly? And it just doesn't make logical sense because it's not real.